Hey guys, so today I'm going to be testing this Kiss lightning speed acrylic dip kit. I know I just said I'm not going to do any more dip kits, but when I went to grab some of these Kiss ones, most of them were actually dip kits, so it was quite a few, and so I decided it'd be good to test a speed where you can get salon strength acrylic nails in half the time. So we're going to test and see if that is true. I'm not sure what makes this a speed kit, but I guess we will see. Before we get into that, you guys will have to let me know if the lighting and the sound and the camera is better. I really worked on trying to improve that. So yeah, let me know. And also stay towards the end to get an update on how the last set of fiberglass nails lasted. So without further ado, let's get into this. So I had found these kits at Walgreens, Target, Walmart, basically all kinds of regular stores. So this is one of the kits where you wouldn't have to order. You could probably just go out to your local store and pick one up right now. So in this kit, it looks like you get a top for this spray gel activator, I would assume, the brush on gel, the dipping powder, the tips, a little thick file, a buffing block, and a cuticle pusher. So with this kit, you don't get any primer or dehydrator or anything like that, but it does say to clean your hands with a acetone-based nail polish remover to clean them and also to buff them. So we're not gonna do any of the normal like primer and dehydrator like I would normally do because it says that this is how you prep. A lot of the times you don't get these sort of instructions, so we're gonna stick to this. I'm going to clean my nails with some pure acetone. And then it also says to like sort of rough them up, but they already are because I just took off my last set of nails, but I will just do a little quick buffing anyway. We need to apply the tips, but it does not come with nail glue. I suppose you probably could use the brush on gel, but I'm just gonna use regular nail glue to be safe. Okay, so let's put these on. So these are more like half cover nail tips and not just like regular nail tips. Okay, so I've pretty much sized them all out, and let's just apply glue. These are some really square tips, so I'll shape these because, you know, I'm just not in the business of wanting these anymore. I'm usually not a super big fan of like half nail tips just because, and I just feel like they almost lift easier. Okay, we got these tips going on. Now I'm gonna shape them. So I'm just gonna snip off some of this. And while I'm doing that, I'm just gonna snip off some of these edges while I'm at it. Make it a little bit easier on myself to shape. I think I have scissors somewhere. Why am I making this hard for myself? Okay, I did have scissors. I'm going to shape these before I do anything else to make it easy on myself. So I am obviously going to use files that did not come with the kit because let's be real, unless you're doing like a really short squarish set, it's going to be really hard to only use this. And if you're going to do your own nails, it's probably good to have quite a few files on hand. Files are something that you're always going to need. And then while I'm at it, I'm just going to file down the tip a little bit as well to sort of mesh it all together better. And you know, the more I do this, the more I kind of just want to make them pointed. So if you'll excuse me while I spend, I don't know, the next half hour doing this. All right, so let's do the rest. There we are, all shaped. So let's get into the dipping now. So I'm gonna grab the brush on gel and the dipping powder. Hopefully these nails aren't too long to where it like won't go down all the way, but I think we'll be okay. It said to stir the contents. So I guess we're gonna do as we would normally do with a dip kit. So first it says to do the place where the tip meets the real nail. We'll do that. And dip. And that looks pretty good to me actually. This dip powder is really fine, which I like. And do the other nails. and dip. There is like a bunch of excess product on there, so I'm just gonna kind of put it over that and brush it back off a little bit. That's because you don't want all that product like bunched up on there. It's not gonna do anything for you. And then now we'll just do the full nail. It also does say to wipe off the brush on the paper towel each time so that it does not get built up with stuff. So there we go. I'm gonna just leave all the product on there and we'll just wipe it all off at the end like we did last time. So far so good. I mean, the gel seems good, the dipping powder seems good. Okay, so now I'm just gonna like brush it off a bit just with this. Probably better to use like an actual just like makeup brush you don't want anymore, or one specifically for your nail. All right, so this is one layer. I am going to do one more layer and then I think that's it. I don't want to do these too thick, so yeah, one more layer and I think we should be good. It's still really flimsy, so I am gonna have to do just one more coat. As far as like the smell of this gel goes, it's not too bad. I have definitely smelled worse. It's not like burning my eyes as much as some have. You know, you still get that strong chemical-y smell. Okay, so here is them all done. Well, kinda. Now is where we are going to spray the gel activator on. I don't know why they call it gel. I don't quite get that. I've never seen it called gel anywhere else besides like on this kit. Sometimes with dip kits, they can already be kind of rock solid just with this regular gel or adhesive or resin or whatever. These are still pretty flimsy, so hopefully this activator really will, you know, make them solid. So I'm supposed to spray 6 inches away. Okay. I don't think it's like doing much 6 inches away, so I'm gonna do it a little closer. So I feel like that should be pretty much covered. Now we're gonna let it sit for a minute and then I'm gonna file them. If you do the application clean, it really shouldn't need much filing. This can be like really quick. And you don't need like an electric file or anything like this. So there are the nails done. Now I noticed that it doesn't come with a top coat, and so I read and it basically just says you can use this as a top coat, but we're not gonna do that. I did a set of nails on a friend recently and I thought they were so cute, and so I'm gonna recreate that kind of on these nails. So yeah, these are the nails themselves if you don't do anything else with them. They seem pretty alright, and I did totally just forget to put one more layer of activator on after you file / buff. Okay, so these are actually the nails. You can really see the tips come through, but that's fine. We didn't do the French tips in anticipation that we would be actually showing the nail. I did plan on covering these, so let's get into the design. I'm gonna be using these Model Ones gels for this initial color. When I did this design on my friend, I knew I had to recreate it for a video just because it's so cute, but it's so simple and anyone can do this. So I'm just going to do about half of the nail with one color. And I'm gonna just do that to all of these because they're not gonna run right now. And this will speed it up a little bit. All right, and then I'm gonna take this other color. This is a purple. sort of a similar color, and I'm gonna not completely overlap it, but just a tiny bit so we can get just a little bit of an ombre going. And then I'm gonna take a brush and try to ombre them together a little bit because they're not like completely opaque. It might not look like fully meshed yet, but that'll take a couple layers. And then I am going to cure these, and we're gonna do another coat. Basically doing the exact same thing we just did. Ombreing gel can be a little hard because you can do the thing where you put it on a sponge, but it just doesn't really work as well with gel. Like cure again. And then you can do one more coat if you want. I'm gonna do a really, really thin third coat just because this gel does need a couple coats. So I just wanna make sure because I'm gonna be putting a matte top coat on. And when you do a matte top coat, I feel like if it's not completely opaque, you can really tell. So there's that. It's okay if the ombre isn't like 100% smooth because there's going to be some other stuff going on top. Next I'm going to take this white gel from Madame Glam, and I am going to just take some out and put it, probably can't see white on white, just put some out. And I'm gonna take a dotting tool and we're gonna make some clouds. I know this is like really simple, but it just ends up so cute. And I kind of just like to random it a little bit for all of the nails. All right, and that would be this nail. So then I'm gonna just cure that really quick and we'll just do the rest of them. Then you'll just want to give that a nice long cure. And then next I'm going to take this matte top coat and just give it a good layer. All right, and then one more. All right, and then here they are. I am going to do what I always should do. I'm gonna go wash my hands and put on some cuticle oil. And here's the finished set. I'm really happy with how these turned out. I think the clouds are really cute, and so far so good on like the strength of this kit. I think the speed aspect comes into play with basically just doing it yourself and doing it at home. Maybe this spray bottle, just being able to just and pretty much be done. But this kit didn't take me any less or more time than any other dip kit, but it probably is definitely quicker than just doing regular acrylic. The strength for these seems pretty good so far. They feel pretty stuck on there despite no like actual primer or regular dehydrator or anything like that, so it seems promising. Usually I'm able to tell if it's gonna lift, and I don't think these ones are. So overall, I don't think this kit is too bad. I think I paid about $10 or $15 for it, for a kit that you can just go to, you know, a regular store and buy. I don't think it's bad at all, especially if you're just wanting to test out doing nails yourself. I don't think it's a bad option to start with. I would recommend though still getting more files and getting some sort of top coat, even if it's just regular polish. I personally do not like using this sort of thing as a top coat. I would not want to do that. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to get into the update for the last fiberglass kit that I did really quick. But before I do that, make sure to give this video a like if you like when I do these different kits, and if you want to see another one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you next time. Bye. So as far as this fiberglass kit went, it lasted okay. It could do with the fact that I used a different gel, but these nails did actually start to lift after about a week, and it was weird because they started to lift not at like the base of my nail where the cuticle is, but where like the tip was going off. So I don't know if that had to do with how I put them on or with the base coat that it came with, but that did not happen previously when I did the other fiberglass nails. These ones just didn't seem as stuck on there as the other ones were. I didn't have that tough of a time getting these ones off, but I did for the previous nails. I think that if you're looking to get into fiberglass, I would just buy the fiberglass by itself and then use your own products that you know and trust, especially since a lot of people were just saying that those clips that they gave me were not like nail pinchers, they're just like regular binder clips. But that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll hopefully see you next time. Bye!